How's it going, everybody? My name is John with T6 Design Co. And today I just wanted to kind of go through some of the things that we've been doing as of late and the effort to reach our goal. So the goal that my wife and I have set out to do is in 90 days to achieve 20K. And let me tell you what, being fully transparent, none of this has been done with a full-on like business plan or direction of how to get there. Lots of research. It's just more or less like, let's get into the nitty gritty and just go for it. So good thing or not, here we are. We have achieved, let's see here. We've been at it now a little over 15 days and we have sold or revenued rather around 15 or wow, that's in 15 days. There we go. About $450. So are we on the fast track? Absolutely not. But we are gaining some traction, and I wanted to give a big shout out to those of us that have been supporting us along the way, between our families, our friends, and some of our network connections that we have, and coming in and allowing us opportunity there to be able to help them with whatever special projects that they have going on, or create some added value for different businesses as well. So we look forward to growing that community and also growing our business. So not only in doing, so for example, we're laser engraving signs. And as a matter of fact, I have a project going on right now for a good, here we go. Where's it at? Let me get my face out of there. Check that out. So we're working on some leather right now. I guess it doesn't want to focus. I apologize. There we go. And this is natural vegetated leather. This is the first run that I ran on it in quite some time. We're going to be doing some hat patches for him, as well as maybe a couple other clients that we have been in contact with. So we look forward to those projects. But in lieu of also doing some of those special project jobs, and also trying to grow our business with that as a business as a service, we're also trying to grow our business in some other ways. So a lot of this is kind of uncomfortable, right? So to be, again, not or fully transparent, like, it is really hard bidding some things out, especially whenever you have a lot of competition. And I say a lot of competition, everybody has their own stride and stroke, if you will. People offer different goods, different services. There are a lot of people that offer a lot of overlap on inside of those things. So for example, somebody that's engraving tumblers, they might have a ton of volume. There we go. They do enough volume where they might receive a larger volume discount from the vendor, whereas somebody like me, who's not really doing a lot of volume right now, doesn't necessarily get the same kind of discounted rate on the wholesale side. So then the pricing on the retail side is going to be a little bit different. One thing that I'm learning too personally is, for example, like the amount of labor that goes into not only doing the physical jobs, but also the amount of labor that's going into building up the back end for everything from our website. We're also running we have also, alongside of our website, began a Etsy website or Etsy store. So we're just kind of doing some testing, putting out a broad net, if you will, in the effort to be able to find those multiple streams of income, and hopefully be setting ourselves up for grander success down the line versus right now just inside that 90-day window. So I just wanted to show you guys how we're going to dig into that. So let me come into here, and part of our Etsy website as well, or our Etsy store rather, as well as our website, is focused on some designs. So as of right now, I cannot afford at the moment to be paying, I think it's $600 a year or something like that, for the Adobe suite. We did go ahead and invest inside this software right here that you see, and this is Canva for those of you guys that do not know. Excuse me, I'm still drinking my coffee. So with this, it's really, really nice because this software hits multiple gambits for us. I can use it to build some of my marketing promo things, which I'll show you here in a moment. Just build up some kind of standard designs for whatever it might be, as well as take on some kind of specialty task. Now, I will tell you, when I say specialty task, for me, it's more like editing photos, building fully vectorized images, and having the tools that are all there, like merging, dealing with your paths, things of that nature. I don't know Canva very well to be able to know, like, can I merge a path in here, for example? So that in itself is a challenge in learning different software, but you have all this clip art stuff here, which is fantastic. So if you have an idea that you want to bring to life really quick, you have all the assets here to be able to do so. You can also upload your own digital assets as well. so on and so forth. So, a couple ideas that I had just kind of thrown together, playing around with this, called lattes, a dad shirt, fixer of things. And like for me, I might put in there a fixer of all things, because between 4 boys, myself, and my wife, something is bound and determined to get broke. And then who's the guy that has to fix it? And I'm sure many other fathers or brothers are in the same position. So at any rate, a couple design ideas that I came up with. And so I don't know, like this one, I'm not really feeling it. And this is one of those areas of opportunity too, where I need to learn. So just really quickly, like, I don't know how to merge this to where, for example, if I printed this on a blue shirt, blue would show through that, right? So a little bit of Googling to do and just sticking in here and playing. But so with that being said, in order to grow our Etsy website or shop, I did want to do and dabble in the print on demand. Now, I know it's not like a get rich kind of thing, and I know a lot of people are very successful with it, just running print on demand through their Etsy shop. And shout out, I definitely want to learn how to do that. I feel like that's an added revenue stream for the business, as well as just an extra kind of asset to be able to offer a customer base that's out there. So why not take the opportunity to come up with a few designs, was my thought. And I have a ton of designs already done. I just need to dig through them and then get some software that'll read a .ai file, for example, or an EPS. So I do know that there's Inkscape. I actually do have that. That's another software that is really foreign to me, but we'll dig into that and see what I can do. But in the meantime, definitely wanted to use Canva to kind of get some things out there and fill the flow of how we come up with some things, and get these products listed as a digital product, or excuse me, not a digital product, but a print on demand product on our website, just to see if there's any opportunity, right? I figure at this point, any type of revenue is better than no revenue. And it's also better than just having, like, for example, our goal was to start out with just doing acrylic. And then what I have found in a very short amount of time, like, it's really hard to generate sales when you have a very little audience, which again leads back into the bigger goal, like growing our business, growing our audience, and then also generating interest along the way of some products. So we started with acrylic. We made some really cool ducks. I don't have any around here. But then I realized too, like, okay, what are some easy things, if you will, as far as like from a concept to implementation or production rather, and then to the photography back end, try to build some marketing, and then also get the product listed. So do we know all the steps? Absolutely not. And this is kind of where I'm at right now, and what I do know and how to do it. So I just wanted to show some of these things real quick. So some of the designs that we have to put on our print on demand products in my coffee era, kind of came up with this, built this as our marketing for this shirt that could be posted to our social medias and to the listing as well. So that was my intent behind that. In my whiskey era, this is going to be coming out soon, because I did build this product, or this design rather, and I have it set up in the Etsy shop currently. But it is a dark, like a black print on lighter colors. So I want to release another listing with a lighter print on the darker colors, and we might change up the colors as well as far as the print is concerned. So, but the really cool thing is this was a template inside of the software Canva right here, and I was able to drag in all my assets. So my logo, my design, and then also kind of come into adding these other variables on here. So they're coming soon. Only available at our Etsy store. And what the intent behind that is that we'll hopefully be able to groom folks to, like, okay, well, now we understand that that the T6 Design Co's clothing line is only on Etsy, right? So, and for right now, that's the way it's going to stay, just to kind of in the ease of things for myself and for my wife. But here's that design that I just showed you earlier, the cold lattes. Great weekend shirt. I think I actually am going to order a few of these designs just to have on hand as examples as well too. So, and I support cold lattes. But and the cool thing is, like I said, this was already built, if you will, in Canva, and I was able to pull an image from the website, and I'll show you here in a minute, and pull this fantastic looking model out, and then replace this model who is already embedded in this image. So there's some really cool stuff going on here in Canva that you can do. And I'm really excited to learn more and to show you guys if that's something that you're interested in. I can show you just step by step how I did that. So again, these are to kind of help build up some hype, if you will, on the folks that we do have on our social medias. If you are just checking us out for the first time, definitely please come and check us out. Facebook, Instagram. I'm trying to hit up the Twitter or X or whatever a little bit more. So really all the standard things. I'm just not on Snapchat or anything like that right now. And I'll tell you what, it is a lot of work to try to manage all the social media, which this is something else too that the tool does pretty decent at. Let's see here. My camera is currently in the way. So, but you can come in here and do a, where am I at? You can share to your social media, which is really cool, and use this as a scheduler as well. So yeah, you would just select this if you wanted to use your phone to do it, or you can do it to your Facebook page. And there are a couple things that I don't like about this scheduler is you have to do it one at a time unless there's some way that I don't know yet. So say I wanted to schedule this to my Facebook, to my Instagram. If I was doing a little video edit in here, like to me, I would love to be able to do all the things: Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, LinkedIn, YouTube, whatever I wanted to do, and just do it all at once. However, it doesn't do that. So we are currently looking into some software or programs that will do that. Unfortunate part is everything's got a monthly fee on it, and we're just trying to keep our overhead as low as possible, which is why this is a one-time investment for this software and why we got it. But at any rate, lots of things that you can do. Pull some templates, throw together your idea really quick. And in my opinion, I think this looks really good. I hope that it reaches an audience and speaks to them as well, in the hopes that it leads them back to our link tree or our websites in general. And hopefully we can get some conversions, right? So one thing I wanted to share real quick too is, and just starting out really over the last couple weeks, the idea was this was going to be a hobby. We also ran a signage company called Urban Chameleon Signs Printing and More. It's a mouthful. So I was like, you know what? I want to start transitioning into more of a hobby stance, blah, 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 blah. And you would not be able to find this. So this morning I actually typed in our, well, almost typed in. I can't spell apparently. It still pulled it up. The good thing is when we started out, none of this stuff was ranked or filed or indexed inside of the interwebs. But now I typed it in and it's awesome. I don't know if it's just me since I've been on here a lot, but all of our stuff is actually starting to pop up first, which is fantastic. I think it's awesome. I really need to work inside of our Google business page a little bit more. And then obviously everything I can be a little bit bigger at. So, but I got our Square site set up, our Pinterest site. I'm starting to utilize that. Our Etsy site, and then all of our socials too. So the one thing I don't see right off of hand though is a direct link to our Etsy website. So I'm not sure what it takes to do that, but that might be something I can link up inside of Google as well. So I myself am really excited about that. It didn't really take too long to get indexed on there, and you can also see our YouTube channels on here, et cetera, et cetera. So let's dive into, so those designs that we had is coming to build our Etsy site. And here it is right here. So I will get into some of these numbers and my excitement behind them here in just a moment. But here is our site right now. Is it the best that it can be? Absolutely not. Still definitely learning on how we just implement everything into our store. So to be completely transparent, this started as our Urban Chameleon site. So it has been listed, or the site's been active for I think 3 or 4 years. But we didn't really use it. I listed a couple of digital products in there to sell for like a little CAD cut vinyl machine where you can cut out vinyl, or by using it on your lasered goods or whatever can accept those type of file formats, right? So I had 2 or 3 digital designs on there, and some photography pieces that I never sold any of those. I sold a couple of the digital assets, and that was it. I think last year we might have made $6, but we probably already spent $6 too on the listing. So there it is. Excuse me 1 second. But so now my thought was, do we create an all new store or go ahead and see if we can revive this existing store and kind of show that we've been tenured, right? Was my thought. So we started putting things in here. Let me show you first. So like I said, our goal was to build an acrylic product, and our acrylic product is this cute little duck. So we had to learn how to not only get this product listed, but also build some good listings. And I don't know if this is a good listing or not, right? So we're going to be doing some A and B type of testing, which I already have going on with one product. I'm looking at this as a potential project moving forward. But I think for somebody who doesn't really have a clue how this works, right? This is a good start. I think it all looks really good, considering, and we had to learn how to build all this in the back end too. So if you are interested in learning how to build all your listings from an absolute zero to like, hey, we got to implement this, I'd be willing to make just a specific video on that. So let me know if that's something that you would be interested in as well. But yeah, so we built out these listings, and this is a whole different process too of getting our the clothing line actually up and on there, right? But we realized too, like doing just acrylic products wasn't going to cut it. So we wanted to offer a few different ones. And by the way, here's a couple of those digital assets that I was talking about. So we got those listed. So, you know, the idea is for the way that I'm thinking is like, we can have a digital asset that can sell all the time on its own. We can have, which would be these, we can have physical assets that we produce, which for example, would be the duck keychain or any of these coasters, right? I think I'm going to rework these photos on our coasters. I don't believe that they're very good, but my goal was to at least have one project, and still is one project that we're going to do, build a listing for, and add it to our store. Okay. Which leads me back to the other line of having clothing and then setting up our print on demand side, which is again something that in my mind, I don't know if it's going to really work out. It's almost a one and done, right? We come up with our design, we build our product up through this tool right here, and we'll go ahead and dive into this, Printify. So I had to learn how to link Printify to our Etsy store. In all honesty, as long as I did it correctly, it seemed like it was pretty easy. And there's some really great resources in here that you can do. So this is our store on Printify right here. And again, I'm not very like in-depthly knowledgeable. It's just kind of broadscape. Now to give you some information, my background is indeed in graphic design. And when I was in college, or rather junior high school, I was starting in graphic design. And then when I was in college, I actually started working at a print shop. So the love of producing products like this for folks is awesome. The problem for me was I had all equipment to do it, and then I decided like, man, it's just taking up a lot of space, and there's so much work behind it as far as building bids and things of that nature. And for myself, I found that it was more work versus the actual production and trying to be able to build a living off of it. So I went ahead and decided to sell that equipment, and me and my partner did, and then I ended up buying a Thunder laser machine, CO2 machine, which is amazing, which is why I want to do some of these products too. So, but full-fledged, I want to be able to combine those worlds still. So this is awesome. Get the opportunity to design something. Maybe I can hit a chord with a specific market out there. And right now we're starting with a couple of little items, that way I don't derail myself, but because there's so many things you could do. I want to do them all. But at any rate, here we go. So you can come in here, select your products. These are all the listings that are currently on our website, right? This is all linked up. Now, this shows hidden because I had published it from Printify to Etsy originally as a hidden, so it's not currently listed. But at any rate, now they are actively listed. So the one thing, for example, I need to learn inside of here is like, how do I get the Etsy site to communicate back to this site, or is there even a way? I don't know yet. I'll let you know once I figure that out. But the cool thing is you can come in here and literally select from any of these things. And one thing that we'll be checking out too is what can we do? For example, I don't know, let's just click bathroom. Okay, here we go. Do I want to design or offer a product rather for these shower curtains, right? So let's say that I do. Pretty easy. Here's the store that provides it, if you will. So you can come in here. And I'll show you how easy this is. If you already have a design, which I was not prepared to actually do this, but let me go ahead and come on. Got a technology, man. Hello, that's my video right there. Let's see here, downloads. If you already have a design that you are ready to upload, like I could literally just drag and drop this in here. And this is fairly simple, right? This is the shower curtain on the digital side. Now this is a probably not a good resolution for this particular product, but let's say that we wanted to make this just a design for a shower curtain, which, you know what, might not actually be a bad deal. So, okay, so now we're good there, and we're gonna hit save. Oh man, my nose just started messing with me. allergies are real. So the cool thing is it gives you like some product mock-up photos, right? Which, as you saw, let me come back over here. These are some of the similar, or not similar, but they are mock-up photos that are provided from Printify, which is really cool. It helps give you as a customer, and then even me as a designer, right, and potential customer, just that very realization of what it should look like, or at least close to. Okay. So I love the fact that you can do that. And then obviously I took this photo right here, which is from their product category catalog, and then I combined it with the Canva, the opportunity of what they had in Canva. Now, is it perfect? Probably not. Again, I don't know, but I just want something that looks a little bit different to kind of stand out just a little bit, versus just having the plain white backgrounds. Because I've heard a mixture of things. People are like, oh, you need plain white background. Like, that looks really boring. That's not real life to me. I get showing off the product, but I also want it to seem like, hey, it's very plausible that you could be chilling out. You know, maybe you're at a museum or something like that, or you're doing family photos, whatever it might be, right? But it gives at least a little bit of an opportunity for this to look a little bit more realistic, and intriguing to the everyday user, right? All right, where did I go? Printify. There we go. So I can also, I think I can make these bigger. Yeah. So that way, if it'll load, you can get a little bit more in-depth look before you do anything. It's taking forever. So, but moving on, I think it's really cool. It'll ask you these questions like title, images, and mockup views, blah, 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 blah. And you can select all the views. You can deselect it, because the reality is once you hit publish or even save as a draft, right, it's all embedded, which is great. What I learned too is you can come up with your own product description in here, or title and your description. And anything that you type into this will also sync up with your Etsy store, which is cool. And then you can come in here now. If it was shirts, so you can select your different colors, different sizes, so on and so forth, and rock and roll from there. It does give you a profit margin calculator, so you can come in here, and then again too, if you had multiple things, you can come in here and edit that as well, and you can do specific, or profit margins, whatever, blah 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 blah. And I think the default is this 40%. But here's the suggested retail, what your profit margin should be. Now, mind you, this does not include transaction fees or the shipping fees or anything like that. But here's your actual production cost. And I do not have the pro version of Printify, which I guess the way that I understand it, I think it's $30 a month. And if you pay that, you get a pretty decent discount for all your orderings. Which in turns, if you're moving that much product, it might make sense to go ahead and do that, right? So I was telling my wife, earlier, I was like, I feel like if we are like at 3 to 4 times product sales from this, then we might go ahead and look in that, and then lower our cost, which in turn should give us a little bit more profit margin. So at any rate, so yeah, you can tell it to hide it in the store, which is what I've done on a couple of those products. Select your shipping, yada yada yada, and here's all the things that'll sync with your store. And then all you do is hit publish, which I'm not going to do on this because I don't know that anybody, well, maybe a college student would. I know I probably would have got something like this when I was in college. So we'll come back to that. But overall, now we have, 3 varying types of products for the moment of what we can offer in our Etsy store. Now, the thing of it is the clothing set up directly with the Etsy, like I said, with Printify, which is great. And I will be adding some more things into this as we move forward too. I do want to grow into a space of where I'm doing a little bit more research as far as what people like. I just started with this just because I feel like people really resonate with drinks. And then obviously, like for myself, I like whiskey, I like beer, and I also like coffee. So, why not use something that I like and then see if other people like it as well. Same thing with these coasters. Football, we did try to do these, like we came up with the idea just slightly too late. Wanted to get these out before Super Bowl, and we did, but we haven't been able to capitalize on that because we gave ourselves too little time. So moving forward, we definitely want to plan around different holidays or things that are going on in the regular everyday world. But the rest of these products we've learned to, so rather the coasters and the ducks, for example, are on our website. And we're back. Okay, sorry about that little minor interruption there. So let's get back on track here. So yeah, we were going through our different websites and how we have it set up. so on and so forth. So kind of back to this page right here where we have finally been recognized on Google. Everything's been indexed other than it appears that my workings for Instagram have not been populated yet. This is not our Instagram account right here. This is somebody else's. So I guess a goal would to be to outrank them when it comes to that. So I am looking forward though to getting all that lined out, and then also one of these days we'll be able to afford to buy our domain and get the proper website .coms or what have you going. But I did want to show you so the things that we have listed on our Etsy site with the clothing and stuff, and then kind of show what our website looks like as well. And it's really neat as far as what I've been able to learn in building this, because by no means I have, again, this much knowledge. I don't really understand everything in the full depth. I'm not a subject matter expert in any of this, but one day I'm going to be. But at any rate, we invite you to come and check out our website, and then also follow us on any of our social medias. I was able to set this up where it's hyperlinked to our Facebook page. So if you're interested in that, easiest way to do that is either find us on Facebook direct, or if you're checking out our website, you can click on this and it'll take you right to our Facebook page, which is populating right here. And for those of you, yesterday it was Valentine's Day, so happy late Valentine's Day. Hope everybody had a great holiday. But yeah, so this is the preliminary part, or the landing page, if you will, for our main website. We've had to learn how to build our discounts and things like that into our website, with the idea of trying to generate different traffic flows. And that might be something that I'm going too far deep into the rabbit hole, if you will. But my desired idea and what I've learned is, for example, with our ducks right here, I wanted to list these cheaper, period, across the board, even on our Etsy site. But between the transaction fees, and we do have transaction fees on here as well, but our shipping product, our product cost, obviously labor, trying to build all these things in, just to send out one is substantially more expensive, period, particularly going through Etsy, versus me doing it or selling one through our website, right? So I'm able to offer a little bit different pricing. But beyond that, my initial goal was like, hey, I don't have it over here. But in order to send one piece, it's going to start out at X amount, right? And then my idea was, like, initially, like, I want to be able to offer additional pieces at a steeper discount, just to where it makes sense for all of us. So on here, for example, where we cannot do it on Etsy to keep track of stock and things of that nature, excuse me, we were able to build up, which I think is going to be a easier aspect, if you will. So essentially, you can come in here, and here's our pictures for this listing. You should be able to come in here and make your selection of any color. So let's say one. We're going to order one, and I don't think I'm logged in on this part, so it should show up just fine. I wanted to offer a discount though, like I said, for the additional items that you add. So let's add in a different color and say that we want to do 5 of these. Add to cart. So you should be able to select any color, and then at that point receive a discount, which you can see here. So each additional piece should be discounted, if I remember right. I don't remember. I think it's like $6. I've had a lot on my mind. I can't remember. So whatever this maths to be, right? You receive a discount for that particular order. So this is six pieces. And then I believe we had set it up, again, I can't remember off the top of my head. I think we had set it up to where if you go 10 or more, there's a price discount. 6 or more, there's a different price discount, so on and so forth. I think we did 3 breaks on that. It keeps going away, sorry. But yeah, so this would be your total, as opposed to, like, if we were selling these on our Etsy site, I think each of them are $13.50, because I can't figure out, at least as of right now, figure out a way to do a bulk discount on that particular item without having to do a bunch of hoopla, as well as being able to track. So for example, I was able to list all these colors individually on our website, whereas and you can be able to come in here and make your quantity inside of that. Well, on Etsy, with the variations and things of that nature, like, I would have to build, like, hey, you get a discount for a 5-pack, you get a discount for a 6-pack, or whatever it might be, but it's only showing you like one cell. It's not saying, hey, you got 6 items inside of this, and it's not detracting it from our stock, which is all on the back end. So just trying to learn how to manage all of that. But nonetheless, so if you're interested in the duck keychain, feel free, come check us out. I would greatly appreciate it. My wife and my son, who all helped build these up, would certainly appreciate it as well. But yeah, so learning how to build these websites is one thing. Putting all of the information on the back end to build these listings, that's a whole tremendous feat in itself. But we're getting somewhere, right? And I think overall, for somebody who has had, again, a very small knowledge as far as being able to build these items up and then get them done in a timely fashion, I don't know. You tell me what you guys think. Does it look good to you? Where do you see areas of opportunity to make it look better? Maybe a little more customer friendly, things of that nature. But we were able to add our Instagram feed on here to kind of show some of the things that are going on daily and behind the scenes, which is really cool. And then here's a product series that we are starting to work on as well, with offering some sports and other extracurricular activities, signs and things of that nature too. So it's been interesting in itself, one, learning how to do all this and then compiling all of it all at once in order to achieve our goal for the 90 days. With that being said, though, I am still challenging myself to reach that goal in 90 days. And here we are. I think we're on day 17, with it being the 15th, because I think we started a couple days before the month, because, you know, we like to make things complicated. But at any rate, I'm looking forward to where the next 15 days will take us and what direction. And then also, I mean, what we can achieve in the first 90 days, I think is going to speak volumes to us. Oh, there is one other thing, and I don't know if it shows on here. So in our Etsy store, we saw the listings, and not on here. I don't know where it's at on here, but what I'll do is I'll show you this real fast. Okay, so we haven't had very much traction as far as visitors to our website. And just really quickly before I forget, I did link some of those products to my Pinterest page in hopes of finding some organic traffic from that. And I will be linking, I think I did make one post already kind of previewing our some of those clothing items, which is directly to the Etsy shop as well. So yesterday, supposedly we got 6 visits, and on another screen it showed 11. But I was thinking to myself too, so we made a marketing budget. So each listing costs 20 cents to the list. Our marketing budget, I decided to go ahead and do $1 a day. So I need to figure out where to go in here. Actually, there's a tab right here. So let's take a look at this real quick. Visit to your shop first from Etsy search. So right now, I don't believe it has used any of our marketing budget. So I started this, I was laying in bed last night, and I actually just like, you know what, let's do this. So $1 a day is our marketing budget. So my thought was, for $30 out of the month, plus whatever we're going to do for our listing, our listing prices, like we might come in at like $50 by the time I get all the other listings done, if I'm able to do so, right? But I'm like, if that draws traffic to our site, and then we can start seeing some conversions, then totally worth it, right? And then we'll see how that works too later on down the line with marketing some other things. So just a full transparency deal right there as well. Just more or less trying to see how it works. And then if we can afford more moving forward, we'll do that as well. And then I also did a couple different things. I believe the marketing is going to work as far as what do you call it? Oh, marketing all of your items across the board. Okay. So my thought is, at some point in time, I'm going to be doing like some A/B type of product testing, as far as like different listings, different photos. So, and as a matter of fact, we've got that right now. So these are essentially the same listing, but with different titles and different product photos on there. And I didn't really go in and change the description too much, but nonetheless, I just remembered about that. So I wanted to discuss that with you guys real quick before I forgot. But yeah, so idea though, still trying to reach that goal. of 20K. And the reason why we're doing that is to get our business back on track, and then again, grow our business and make this a full-time living. So we have some flexibility with hopefully some flexibility with our family life. Our kids are running everywhere, doing all the things, and we would like to be more present in their lives, as well as be able to, just build a good life. So it's been a little bit rough the last several years for our family's sake. But that's a story for another time. And I know there's people that got it far worse than we do. So I'm not going to sit here and complain, because at least I have the opportunity to sit here and do this for us, for our future. So if you are interested in any particular questions, or even in following us, we would greatly appreciate you guys coming through and hitting the like, share, follow, so on and so forth. I will let you guys know too, on our business page, I believe it is linked, we do have a private group that we have started up, and it's called the 90-Day Challenge. And we wanted to make that a private group to kind of help just encourage one another. We had found that there are other folks going through their own challenges as well, whether it be the New Year's challenge, or something that they're starting for themselves, just like we are. And it does not have to be 90 days by any means. It could be a weekly challenge or whatever, but we would encourage you to come in and join that group, and then also just be part of the community where we can all encourage one another, and then just see what's going on in each other's lives. Like, hey, if you're struggling with this, we would love to be able to help out. For us, like, we're trying to learn and grow with this. So if anybody has any pointers, or I hate calling it tips or tricks, but if you've already traveled down this path, like, hey, this is what I found to work, why don't you give this a shot and see if it works for you too? We would greatly encourage that and greatly appreciate that as well. So until next time, I think what I am going to do real fast, part of our challenge too, is I believe, in order to add more products to our product listings, one thing I think I might do is try to make a budget, if you will. So find some projects that we can do for, say, under $25. I think what I'm going to do is make this a full project for the week, and it'll be a start to finish. Like, okay, here's my idea of something that I want to do and make for less than $25, whether that's in material cost or whatever. I haven't fine-lined it yet. Sorry, I've got a weird itch. But do a $25 project, and it's, say, for example, it's something that we can make multiples of. Take that and do the full gambit. I will show how we build our listings up inside of our Etsy page or the website, the product photography, and then whatever else kind of goes behind that. So that way we can get just that one more added object or item to our sites. But my thought is behind it, if we could build a product and start off small, since we have very, very little capital and invest, and even right now, it might be something that we have kind of laying around in our inventory. But nonetheless, is it something that can be repeatable? And I want to start trying to build on the rule of 10, if you will. And for those that don't know this, is if we can make this product 10 times, and do the listing and the work behind it just only once, but get it sold 10 times, like, what does it take? So not only physically making the product and physically getting the product listed, but how do we market that product to get 10 sales? So I think that's what I'm going to start trying to do moving forward, is each week we're going to find a little something, and then make that product and do the start to finish on it, and then put it on our websites, and then see what kind of conversions and things that we can get with that, while still learning how to do marketing. Because why not, add one more thing to the plate of what to learn, and then also what you need to do. So again, if anybody has any pointers, that would be wonderful, because I don't understand the marketing game at all. Nonetheless, it's not going to stop me, man. So I appreciate you guys jumping on and checking this out. And I apologize if it's a little long-winded for you guys. We will be getting into a better format moving forward. Again, we're still learning and growing together. So be looking out to join our webpage, join our YouTube, Facebook page, or whatever, because from time to time, as we're doing some projects, I will be looking forward to going live, and just kind of showing the behind the scenes and working out that daily grind together. So if you have an opportunity to come and be a part of that as well, I would greatly appreciate it. Okay. Well, I hope everybody has a great rest of the week. We are coming up to the weekend. I don't know when this will actually be posted, but I hope everybody enjoys their weekend. I'm going to try to get it done today on Thursday. So, all right. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace.